Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, we are back, episode 2788 of the Cabral Concept. These are our Cabral HouseCalls, answering your questions each and every weekend. Excited to dive into them today. If you missed yesterday's 6 questions, head on over after this show to 2787. That was that episode number. Today, if you want to follow along with the 5 or 6 questions we cover, head on over to stephencabral.com/2788. And while you're there, pick up your free copy of The Rain Barrel Effect if you haven't already done so. Tens of thousands of copies, hopefully we're getting close to 100,000 copies, have been sold or given away for free. We do our best to give the book away for free, literally just for shipping. It costs us a little over $7 to print. Costs just a little over $7 to ship. We just charge for that shipping, at least in the US. We just try to get that book into as many people's hands as possible. That's the truth. You can still buy it for full price on Amazon. If you have already purchased it or gotten a free copy, we would love you to review it on Amazon as well. All right, let's dive into the questions for the day. The first question coming from Justin. Justin says, "Hi, my girlfriend has been having vaginal pain for a few months and was recently diagnosed with Ureaplasma. She thought it was BV or UTI and took your advice for working on these with boric acid and acidophilus, which seemed to help, but definitely only temporarily. She took the test for BV, UTI, both came back negative. Doctor wants to prescribe antibiotics for ureaplasma, and for some reason believes strongly that natural remedies don't work. Do you have any experience working with this, and what is this rate of success you've seen with natural treatment? What treatment? Do any of your tests cover ureaplasma?" All right, so great questions. Always want to let you know this, that we don't provide any medical treatments. So in natural health, we can't even use the word treatment. That's not legal. So I just want you to know that. You won't hear me use that word treatment. We work on what's called underlying root cause imbalances. So ureaplasma is an actual bacteria. It's a small bacteria that can inhabit the respiratory tract, so upper respiratory, as well as the vaginal-based tract as well. So this is how we look at it. We don't look at anything in the body completely separate from anything else. So what we want to say is, okay, if this is a bacteria that's living in the body, how did it get there? Second, even if the bacteria got there, why isn't the immune system targeting it? Why isn't the immune system killing it? So what we look for are the underlying root causes of that. Because let's just say you do go forward and you take the antibiotic. That's not for me to say I don't believe that or I do believe that. I support you and my team supports you any way that we can. So that's not even in question. The second is, okay, you take the antibiotic, but yet you have a recurring issue now with ureaplasma. Why? And do you just keep going back on antibiotics? That's my question, right? So I try to work from what's called a first principles perspective. So I ask someone, let's say you go ahead and take the antibiotics. No problem with me. I'll support you in any way I can. I would recommend the Clean Gut Probiotic and the Healthy Gut Support to help offset some of the damage that's going to be done by the antibiotics. Okay, but after that, what's to say that the ureaplasma won't come back? Because we don't know how you got in the first place, and we don't know why your immune system didn't fight it off. So this is what we do. We run the Big 5 labs that does not test for ureaplasma. What it looks at, though, is it looks at bacterial overgrowth in the digestive tract. It will look for yeast overgrowth. It will look for a lot of things that then may help to rebalance the gut, which very well may help to improve the immune system. We're looking at overall inflammatory levels. We're looking at so much. So whatever you decide for the antibiotics, obviously is your choice. We would love to be able to help you, but again, it doesn't have to be with us. You could find a local naturopathic doctor. You could also find an integrative health practitioner to help you work through this as well as finding the underlying root cause. So I hope that that's helpful. I hope that obviously you will make the best decision for you, and obviously your girlfriend will make the right decision for her being her body. And I just want to know that, I just want her to know, and you as well, that there's always different methodologies. There are always different ways of going about it. And I like to stay as open-minded as possible, unlike a lot of conventional medicine practitioners. All right, Aaron's up next. Hello, Dr. Cabral. Can you explain some of the behind the scenes for how vitamins and minerals are made? We just read Fateful Harvest, which explains how toxic waste is repurposed as fertilizer because it's unregulated, and thought about supplements also being unmonitored by the FDA. Why do methylated B vitamins, zinc, magnesium, etc. come from? How do you ensure that there isn't also lead, arsenic, cadmium, beryllium, etc. when these companies manufacture your supplements? I appreciate the efforts you take to help us with health and look forward to more on this info. Aaron, appreciate you writing in. I love our community. And I've always said this, and I've been on this podcast since 2016. And I just always want you to say that I am not above anybody. Equilife that manufactures these products is not above anybody. We do things the right way. And the interesting thing I always try to say is this: unlike these, and I don't want to, because there are some great companies on Amazon, but a lot of these Amazon only companies, they're just putting them out there to just make money because supplements are a big industry. We don't do that. The only reason I'd been using nutritional supplements for 20 plus years myself. In practice, I'd been using nutritional supplements for over a decade before I started to manufacture any of my own. And the only reason I wanted to manufacture my own is because I could test them. And I started, obviously, I was always using other companies as well. And so I only use functional medicine-based companies, and I'll share with you what they do for testing. But also I was starting to give these to my own daughters, my two daughters and my wife, my family. And so I really wanted to make sure it was on the up and up, but also I like to try to save people money on products. If you go to the Equilife website, we've got about let's say 100 plus nutritional supplements there. And very few of those are only one ingredient. You'll find that they're called synergistic supplements. There's many ingredients. And the reason we do that is to save you money. That's the truth. So you have to put less capsules in your mouth and you have to spend less money. Even if you look at our Cell Boost, or you look at our, if you Inflamasoothe or Daily Testosterone Support, or any of our Daily Nutritional Support, it would take like 6 to 12 supplements to get that in one. And so anyway, let me get to your question. Okay. So this is exactly how we do it. We have a manufacturer. We have actually multiple manufacturers that source the ingredient from the best ingredient suppliers around the world. And when they look for zinc, keep in mind, zinc are minerals, so like zinc and magnesium minerals. They literally come from the earth, okay? But then they're bound to something in order for them to be absorbed. So that's why you find a zinc sulfate. It's bound to a sulfur-based molecule. You might find a magnesium lysate, or you might find magnesium oxide. There are times and place for magnesium oxide, but it's more of a laxative. It's not actually very well absorbed. So magnesium is then bound to something in order for it to be properly absorbed. Now, again, I'm the biggest proponent of a whole food diet. I really am. But when I took a year to go over all the minerals on our Friday reviews. And then I took a year to go over all the vitamins on Friday reviews. And I give you all the scientific research that these really work. And now vitamin-wise, so vitamins can be made, they can be manufactured, and when they're made to be what's called bioidentical. So basically, a vitamin is a chemical structure that can be made bioidentically, which is then very easy to absorb. And you might say, well, I don't believe in that. It should only come from food. I would say I'd be careful with that, because most food-based vitamins are simply yeast that they extract the vitamin from, and it's at a low dosage because you would need a ton of yeast. And I would say, is yeast really a food? I would say no, it's a fungi. Like I would say that's not really it. Like that's not how we get it. Now, if you want to say, I only get my vitamin C from amla, I would say, good, more power to you. I like amla as well. But the thing is, with something like folic acid. So folic acid from nature would have to be converted, then typically folate to folic acid, and then it's converted to something called 5-methylfolate, and that's the absorbable form from the body. We know exactly how it's converted. We know exactly what it is, and that's why we know that when you take 5-methylfolate, even let's say for a female who's pregnant and they have an MTHFR gene mutation, which means they can't fully methylate folic acid, meaning they have a deficiency from 30 to 70%. That's a lot. So they may end up having more neural tube birth defects. We don't want that, of course. So we use 5-methylfolate. Now, I'm going a little bit too deep, but you said to kind of pull back the curtain. So that's what we do. Now, when our manufacturers get the ingredients in, they test. Okay, they test for mold, they test for bacteria, and they test for heavy metals. And then when the product's being shipped out, they test for quantity to make sure the actual dosage is actually in there. Now, a lot of people have wanted us to do this for a long time. Of course, we've always third-party tested. We actually use FDA facilities. So Aaron, to put your mind at ease as well, we use FDA facilities. We don't have to, but we do things at the highest level, like literally at the highest possible level. We actually use NSF facilities, meaning like the products can be used for people in the Olympics, but we don't put that on there because we don't necessarily want that responsibility, and that's not necessarily our clientele. Of course, we've worked with Olympians, we've worked with professional athletes, but that's not necessarily the everyday person that we work with. Last thing is this. First time I've ever revealed this. In the future, we're working this out. A lot of people don't understand why we can't just give a COA, certificate of analysis, on each product. We have them. But you have to keep in mind, I'll just do the math really quick for you. Okay, products have an expiration of 2 years. We have any time throughout the year, 4 to 5 different batches made. Okay, so let's say there's 10. So we have 10 batches made over 2 years times 100 products, let's say, right? So we have 1,000 certificate of analysis then that we have to be able to track to your product at any one time. Now we have all of those, but how do we list them on the website? You can't do that because now you're looking at, well, I have to match up my lot number with this. So we have all of that. Because we pass FDA regulation, because when the FDA comes to the manufacturer, which they do at least yearly, all of the paperwork has to be in order. So not every company does this. It costs us a lot of money to do this. That's why most companies don't do it. It's like becoming certified organic. It just costs a lot of money. Anyway, Aaron, I just say this. Listen, like, people don't have to trust us, and that's okay. But what I can tell you is this: nobody's more in the up and up than Equilife is. It's not even possible. That's just the way that it is. But we're not the only ones. I just want you to know that. Like, we are not the only ones. There are other great companies that do that as well. All right. I'm going to keep it at that. Anonymous is up next. I recently found out I'm officially postmenopausal, but it's interesting. I've had no symptoms other than no periods since last August. My gynecologist said since I'm so focused on avoiding hormone disruptors and endocrine inhibitors, that can be part of it. Since having a stroke from birth control in 2004, I've been on a journey to eliminate from my foods, household goods, and personal care and beauty products, which was why I was thrilled to see Beauty Counter on your resources website page. I love their deodorant, makeup, personal care items, and skincare. Do you have any other recommendations for 45-year-old postmenopausal for supplements and aging healthily? Thank you, Dr. Cabral. Now, thank you, Anonymous, for writing in. Appreciate you. So we have really in-depth anti-aging protocols at High Performance Health. So go to highperformancehealth.org. And you can take the course if you want, totally up to you. You can even take the certification if you're interested in becoming a high performance health coach. So we go through all of it's detailed. I mean, we go through everything to help with anti-aging. Literally everything. I back it up with rate of aging. I back it up with reduced biological age. It's literally all by the science. And so you'll get all of that there. There's also a skincare product I've talked about before. It's really the only one that's been clinically proven so far to actually reverse biological age of the skin. You can check that out at stephencabral.com/resources. It's probably at highperformancehealth.org/resources as well. That's called OS1. So you can check that out. You can obviously use a discount code if we have a discount code for you. I always try to help people out with that. And definitely check that out too. So yeah, we've got really advanced things. If you just kind of want to say, okay, like just give me one thing. Well, the one thing is, of course, using your daily foundational protocol first, because you have to get your daily nutritional support in there, or daily activated multi, take your daily omega-3, those things come first. But then after that, check out the advanced renewal system. So best thing you do is High Performance Health. Then after that, you can kind of use the skincare one that I talked about. My weekly newsletter typically has a product review, and then definitely check out the Advanced Renewal System. All right. Let's get in one more question. Hi, Dr. Ball. I'm a big fan of organic peanut butter, and I eat it 3 to 4 times a week. However, a friend recently told me that almost 100% of peanut butter contains an aflatoxin, a carcinogen produced by mold. The news has me a bit worried, so I wanted to reach out to see if you have any insights. You are the health expert that I trust the most, so I wanted to run this by you before I freaked out. Thanks so much, Susan. Appreciate you writing to me. I appreciate the support and the trust as well. I try to be a trustworthy source. I really do. And I will always tell you when I don't have the answer, or I'm not an expert in this space, or it's out of my scope of practice, or any of those things. So what I would say is this: your friend is correct. Most peanut butters are absolutely affected by mold and an aflatoxin that's produced by mold, which could be mycotoxins, etc. So yes, your friend is correct. Most peanuts have mold. Now, not all do. And so you can find peanut butter companies that test for mold. Who was our friend that, earlier that asked? Aaron? Yeah, about the FDA. So there are companies that test their products like we do, right, for heavy metals. And some companies, like, let me give you an example. 1 Degree Oats, right? I don't have any affiliation with 1 Degree Oats. They test their product for mold. And so it doesn't have it. A lot of people don't know this. I can't actually reveal this yet. All right, so in about a month from now, check in on Equilife. All right, so about a month from now, check out Equilife, a new product we're going to be carrying that a lot of people have asked us for only about like 3 years. So we're going to be doing that. We have partnered with a company that produces a mold-free version of a very popular product that people are looking for. So a product I've been using for many, many years, and we want to share that with you. We don't have any plans to certainly offer peanut butter. We don't have plans to offer oats. There's great companies like 1 Degree that do that. Just find a peanut butter company that shows that they test for mold and that it's mold free, and then you can enjoy your peanut butter if you decide to. Now, having said that, I do have to let you know that peanut butter is really not as advantageous for you to consume as an almond butter, a walnut butter, a pecan butter, a macadamia nut butter. Those are going to be much healthier for you. And I definitely recommend that you move more towards one of those. A raw brand would be even better. And even better if you want to grind it yourself, but I know most people aren't going to do that. It just tends to oxidize depending on how long you've had it for, okay? So those are my recommendations. Appreciate you, Suzanne. I appreciate everybody, or Susan, who wrote in here today. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new mindset and motivation. You won't want to miss that one. Take care. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues? After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my health results accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stephencabral.com/courses.